Hey guys, in this video, in this podcast, I'm going to share why I decided to quit my service business and I decided to start my own e-commerce brand. For those of you who don't know, I've been a chef for the last decade. During COVID, just like everyone else, I got laid off for a couple months, and then that moment I realized that I can't just like sustain my life like this, just working for companies. That's like one of the reasons why I started exploring the world and started acquiring and learning new skills out there, which was video production skill back then. But then after that, I just wanted to make a little money with my video skills, but then I kind of failed. Like I didn't get any clients. I didn't know how to get clients. I didn't know how to make videos for clients. Like I had no knowledge out there. So I decided to like make money with video. So I started learning marketing and advertising. So once I incorporated marketing and advertising concept with my video skills, and then I started producing advertising social media contents for businesses, and then I started making a little money little by little. And then after that, I started my marketing agency. I just really focused on the advertising and marketing aspects of businesses. That's how I actually started my marketing agency 3 years ago. It all started from just the selling video itself can't really make money, especially like individual freelancer like me. That's why how I started my marketing agency. It all started because I wanted to make more money. I wanted to give more values to my clients. I wanted to work with bigger clients. And through that time, I worked with like various types of clients, such as like restaurants, real estates, like lawyers. But then restaurant clients were like the most majority of them. And I was able to I had some couple clients where I was successful in growing their Instagram account from like 50K to like 100K, or like even like 8,000 followers to like 15,000 followers. Like I had seen a little success and some achievements doing my marketing agency for the last 3 years. Most importantly, I've learned a lot of skills. I've just like my whole world just changed, seeing the business world, and like actually learned what matters and what makes businesses success and what makes businesses fail. That's one of the most important lessons and the viewpoints, the perspectives that I've acquired while running my agency. But then after running it, I decided this year, last month, I decided to quit being a marketing agency, and I decided to start my own e-commerce brand. And in this video, I want to share my journey. I wanted to share why I made that decision. And for those of you who you might thinking of running an agency, who might you're someone who might just want to start your own business, but you don't know what kind of business to start. I'm not here to suggest any like business models or like this works better than this and blah blah. I just wanted to share my experience, and like it's up to you to think and use my insights to whatever your benefits, right? So there are a couple of reasons why I decided to like quit my service business. Is number one is I don't enjoy dealing with clients. I realized I don't enjoy dealing with clients. Before, when I was running my agency, like when I started my agency, I didn't really give a shit, because like back then, making money was like my first priority, and learning skills, exploring something that I haven't done before, that was like my first priority. So that's how I got into sales. That's how I got into like meetings, negotiations, closing deals, fulfilling the services. So I learned a lot. But then as I just keep doing it, I realized I'm not even good at sales, even though how much I practice I do. I get better and better, but it's not something that I personally enjoy. If you just do one thing in your whole life, maybe you might have not realized, but even like, okay, let's say when it comes to like cooking, in the first like 4 or 5 years of a career, like you try to do like everything, right? Like you try to do Italian, French, Chinese, Japanese, and Peruvian. Like you try all that kind of cuisines, and then later on you kind of realize, oh, like my taste palette, like my food experience, like my hard skills is more closer and more kind of fit to Italian cuisine. And then later you just realize like you're working in Italian cuisine for like really long time, and then you realize that is like your talent, that is like your strength. And then it's also the same concept to me. Like I've been cooking my whole life, and then I tried something new, which is like marketing and video production, doing sales, closing deals, and I realized that working with clients, like not like restaurant customers, like customers is a different thing. Like clients, like one-on-one client, somebody who's paying me at least more than $700, $1,000 $1,000 a month, that is like a client, right? Like you're building a relationship with. Like that is not something I enjoy. That's what I learned through running this business. That's also one of the biggest reasons why I think like having various types of experience in life is really important, is because like I get to learn about myself. And running an agency really helped me a lot, learning about myself. Like running a service business means like marketing agency, video agencies, like it's really about just everyday constantly managing client expectations, their requests, dealing with the revisions, their feedbacks, navigating like unpredictable demands of your clients, and like I'm dealing with all those kind of things. And then I realized like it's just not for me, and then I just prefer focusing on building and executing like operation, like back-end systems, rather than like managing relationships. Like I'm a very introverted person. I just don't really like talking to people. That's what I really learned about myself while being in an agency business. Like even me, like being as a chef, if I think about it, like I didn't really like serving. It's like serving and cooking. Like it's like back of the house and front of the house kind of thing. Most of the people who work in the front of house in restaurants, most of the time they're extroverted. They love building relationship with people. They love persuading people. They love offering good stuff to people. They're happy when you see other people smiling, right? Like those kind of people work in the front of house. And people who work in the back of the house in like kitchen, we are more like kind of people who are introverted, who are like we like doing our own craft. We like building back-end systems. We love doing the financials, managing food cost, putting all these things together and making a new dish. Like those kind of operational everyday kind of stuff is something that we love doing. And I realized that kind of trait just direct proportionally transferred to my agency business as well. I always loved like building system, hiring people, hiring right people on the right place, cost calculations, managing cost, and all those like budgeting, writing statements, and then planning for new strategies, and actually getting the right people on the execution level. Like those kind of things were that I was enjoying, not building relationship, not with dealing with clients. That was not something I just fucking hated it. But then it's like, if I realize, like imagine like you're selling a product which is like food in a restaurant. It's like product based businesses, like we have like more flexibility when it comes to like emotional drain and like mental drain compared to like client work, because objectively, like each dish, like all we have to do is like focus on creating like first product, and then we are actually making the back end operation to mass produce that same product, right? Like even the restaurant is the same thing, e-commerce, like factory is the same thing, right? All I have to do is like make one good product, and then figure out like build an operational back end systems where we can produce the same product in a mass production system. But client work is kind of different. Like we don't have any of that flexibility in there. It's like a lot of agency people, they talk about like having a system in their businesses and all that, but then I kind of failed building this, because every client that I've been talking to, every client that I've worked with in the past for the last 3 years, they all fucking ask for different things. So like I kind of failed productizing my offer and productizing my services. Like that's what I failed. So yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I decided to just quit and then move on to something that I'm better at, which is a product-based business, that's why I started my e-commerce business. Number two, second reason is I kind of struggled. It was not my biggest strength when it comes to promoting, marketing human services. Like I realized that I'm better, and my strength were kind of promoting and marketing products, not human services. That's what I also learned. And the fascinating thing about like trying new things in life is that you really like, I really get to learn about myself. Like that is something that I really enjoy about trying out new things out there. Even if I fail, even if I don't see good results after like 2, 3, 4 years, the biggest lesson that I learned through those experiences, I learn about myself. I learn about what I like. I learn about what I don't like. Even I learn about what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And that is extremely strong lesson that anybody can learn in life, in my opinion. So it's like marketing, even like marketing and promoting services, like the marketing, like everybody just complicate marketing like too much. It's basically just a technical skill to like you run ads, you go Google ads, Meta ads, TikTok ads. All you have to do is like create better ads and then make a performance better, and all those kind of things is very technical thing. There's very little to do when it comes to creativity unless you're working for like really gigantic companies like Chael, HS Ad, those kind of advertising agencies. But like promoting service businesses, just like video agency or like marketing agency, I kind of figured out that it requires like heavy, like strong personal branding, trust building, and it's also selling intangibles, right? It's not selling a physical thing, it's selling a service, it's selling a dream, right? And I realized that I'm just much better at creating desire and demand for physical products rather than just convincing people to buy a service. Because when it comes to like, when I just realize how can I sell this food, I can just like my thoughts are so clear, the roadmap is clear. How can I brand this food? What kind of interior design this food fits well? What kind of plate is better? What kind of table, cutleries? What kind of clothes, dress, shoe servers wear? Like all this kind of little details I can think of. I can draw a picture in my mind. But when it comes to selling a service, I can't draw shit. Like, to be honest, like I had zero like roadmap in my brain. I think that's also like the importance of like your job, like your career. Like people, especially in a business world, people just underestimate the importance of having a job. Like people just like, you know, tell everybody to quit their 9 to 5, but then I kind of disagree, because even me, like myself, the reason why I realized marketing a product was better fit for me was because all the experience that I had since I was 16 years old, working in the kitchen, doing all this cooking, culinary things, or the arts, are the main reasons why even till now it's just like when it comes to like learning on marketing and advertising, and when I incorporating those skills to my culinary background, it's like I can think of the clear roadmap of marketing a product, which is food. If I didn't have that experience, I would have probably been stuck as well. So like if you're listening to this podcast, like don't underestimate having like a proper 9 to 5 career. That career, if you're actually good at something, it might actually change your life in the future, I think. Yeah, and like if I think about all the things that I'm good at, like for example, like running ads, making videos, making those viral contents out there, I can like, even like at this point, I can just purposely, intentionally make a video that has like more than 50k views. Like that's something I can do right now, like with intention. So it's like I've learned a lot. Like truthfully, I really learned a lot. So like gathering all the skills that I'm capable of doing right now, like culinary skills, building operations, doing finance, building statements, budgeting, creating a branding experience around the product, food, running ads, creating contents. And if I just consolidate all the skills that I can do right now, like at this point, was I decided to go all in the e-commerce brand, not like running an agency business. Like it was just not fit for me. And number 3 is I was the same thing. I'm just more capable of creating my own brand. It's like I kind of realize is like, instead of helping other brands, like other people to grow their brand, to grow their company, I'd rather like be happier to apply those skills and experiences to something that I fully own and control, because I don't own and control other brands. Like I respect people who like run their agencies and like grow their agency business to like millions. Like I have huge respect for them, because it's not something that I don't think I'm capable of. Like as a technician, as a professionally trained technician, when somebody just like say something that like I don't really agree with, or like something that that doesn't really make sense, most of the time like the clients, most of the time what clients talk to you, like ask you, are the things that don't even fucking make sense. So it's like when something like that happens, a lot of people think like, oh, I need to educate this person. Like it's like this person's like so excited, right? It's like, oh, I need to teach him. It's like I need to like tell him what I know about. Like, but I'm not like in those kind of situations. I'm not really excited. I just get frustrated. Like probably most of you, many of you can also like relate to this kind of experience. Like I think it's like half and half. A lot of people are like teachers. They're good teachers. They're exciting. They love teaching. But like another half of them are like, we just fucking hate teaching. When somebody ask stupid shit, we are frustrated. And I'm one of them. So it's like I realized like, oh, I was a so bad fit for an agency owner. It's like I was a super bad. But again, it's like I genuinely think like agency business is for like somebody who actually value relationships, who actually enjoy building relationships, who love talking to people, who love seeing other people's success. I think if those kind of the traits are the things that somebody has, I think that person is somebody who needs to run an agency business, like not a person like me. Like the things that I've like learned through this experience, like running my agency for the last 3 years, years and then failing is that trying a lot of different things early in our career, in my career, it was so important to me. It was so crucial. Like now I think about it, it just played so crucial role in my life. There were a couple months where I made like $10,000, $15,000 a month, but like at the end of the day, I almost like spent way more money than I made. So even if it feels like it's a waste of time, but I also realize that it is not. Like I've learned and acquired so much experience and skills and insights that just puts me in a different level from other people. And every skills and experience that I gained from running an agency business, the service business, is now being applied to my e-commerce journey, right? Like it's not going anywhere. It's exactly being applied to my e-commerce journey that I'm gonna have from now on. So I really don't think failure isn't the actual like losses. They're not a loss. I really think like failure is like a stepping stone. It's just that compounds over time, and then it brings a large success over time, in my opinion. That's like what I believe in every single day. That's what I'm feeling nowadays. I'm really excited to start my new journey as well. And I was kind of depressed for like 2 days for like quitting the service business, because it's something that I've been really working hard for the last 3 years. And then it's also really important when it comes to like making a decision that I really think is important. Like when like seeing myself from an objective perspective, knowing what I am good at, knowing what I'm not good at, and knowing my strengths and my weakness, and making the right pivots, making the right move on the right time. I think that is also a great important trait for the most of the people out there, including myself. And then I always try to believe in myself. And then the reason why I'm sharing this message is that anybody who's listening to this podcast, who's watching this video, and you're in a stage, in a timeline where you're depressed or you're just lost in your life, I hope you guys get this energy, and I hope you guys are like, believe in yourself and crush whatever that is waiting in front of your life.